What is going on, guys? TKD1 take a video, and today we're going to talk about the massive game that is PUBG. We all know about it. We are already aware of its massive success and everything, and of course it's getting released on the Xbox consoles in December. And while we on PS4 are stuck with Fortnite, not that it's a bad thing, there is a new platform that will be getting PUBG as well. And of course, as per usual, this article comes to us from IGN, and what they're saying here is that, the developers of PUBG, which is Bluehole, they are currently working on a brand new game here, and they unveiled it last week at the G-Star Game Convention in Korea. I've never heard of that, but that event happened last week, and they unveiled their latest game called Ascent Infinite Realm. Now, just another thing here that I was not really aware of here was that the actual dev Bluehole has made an MMO before, and this new game will be an MMO as well. And their old game was called Terra back in 2011, and a lot of people apparently still play it to this day. And this new game here, Ascent Infinite Realm, is meant to be another MMO in the game and really hone in and go back to their roots and stuff like that. And so what they say about the game here is that it's an MMO that takes place in a world that combines fantasy and steampunk influences. The planet where players reside consists of many islands which are floating in the air. Residents use airships as their main form of transportation to reach the multitude of different islands. Now, to me, what I'm saying, we got some floating ships. This is some Treasure Island type shit, so like, let's go. I'm hyped about that. But going on, the people at IGN were able to play a quick early alpha build at the game convention and everything, and while there wasn't English available, they had help with translators, and they said that the game played pretty smoothly and looked quite good for what it was at the current point, and they had a total of 5 classes that were playable. Now obviously these classes are maybe and most likely meant to be the roles of tank, damage dealer, healer, etc., stuff like that. So it's probably going to be your main type of classes that you get with every single MMO that we usually have here in the industry. And the first game mode they played was Realm vs. Realm, which is of course is PvP, and it was 2 teams with 20 members on each team, and they fought in the air using their ships against each other. And they said that it was a very, very good experience. They said they liked it a lot and everything and stuff like that, and you can customize your ship obviously to have it more powerful, maybe more damage being dealt, maybe more shields, whatever, stuff like that. But there was a deep level of ways that you can make your ship the way you want to make it and everything, which is of course part of the course for an MMO. And they said that it was slightly chaotic, but they said that it could have been just because of the language barrier and stuff like that, but overall they said it was great. And they even said the game has dragons and other creatures in it, which is okay. Like, dude, this sounds dope as hell, man, like on the real. And they said that of course the actual controls of steering the ship and everything was a little bit wonky, and to me the most thing that kind of I think back to that was definitely Battlefront 2, where the flying mechanics were very much changed from the original Battlefront in 2015. But after a while you get used to the controls and really do get a nice feel for it, and really can't control it to like a master level and stuff like that. And so they say that the same thing happened here, where they started to feel a little bit better about the controls overall, and as time progressed in the actual game mode, they were better at flying the ship, and all that good stuff. But then they said that your character can jump out of his own airship and onto another opponent's airship and then try and take hold of the ship, which is like, what? Like, are you bro, this sounds, man, yo, shout out to this game though. I want to see more of this. Hopefully we'll see this at some sort of conference coming up, because this sounds amazing. And then they said the game also features some regular non-air combat things, so this is not the whole entirety of the game where you can fight on the ground as infantry and everything. And I guess that some people were able to get into some mechs in the game, so I guess mechs are a part of this game as well. But they are, of course, usually in every single shooter when you see a mech, they are kind of the main target of the actual battlefield, so they didn't get to play it a ton. They went on to explain that the game also features leveling, of course, and there's different upgrades and different crafting abilities as well. And there's also a level cap of 30 right now, but they said that of course that will go up, I assume. And they also said that at level 30 you unlock raids, which definitely sounds like a Destiny, term and everything. And not only that, like Destiny made the term raids, but it's just most derived from Destiny as of, just my memory, if you will. And lastly here, they say that, the devs at PUBG Bluehole, they want the players to, have a main character that feels like they're a superhero in this story, right? And they also want to explain that, besides adjusting and improving their ships and everything and having that traditional MMO concept, they also have a aspect of the game where you can build a house. They didn't say how you can, do stuff in the house or what you can do in the house, but the house is upgradable and stuff like that. So I'm sure this will be some sort of like central hub for you to, I guess, go back and like maybe craft some stuff or something like that. Just definitely does sound like a nice hub point in a massive open world game and stuff like that. And so hey man, you know, based off of this IGN preview, they are really enjoying this game here, and honestly, it looks really cool. It looks great, obviously, and you know, considering that, you know, I'm sure Bluehole, you know, is still you know, wrapped up in PUBG at this point. I'm sure this game is a ways away. I would assume, you know, not even 2018. I really doubt 2018. But you know, beside the point, hey man, this game sounds cool. It's great to hear about and everything and stuff like that. Let's go on to some PUBG news. Now, of course, you read the title. PUBG is coming to mobile, right? And now also, you know, this is a very topical thing, because I'm currently working on a video for PlayStation Follower that deals with the balance of a new PlayStation handheld. So hopefully check out that video once it's up and once it's live. Keep it locked on my Twitter and you will know exactly when that video goes live on PlayStation Follower. But beside the point here, PUBG is really coming to mobile here, and what they say is that the publisher, which is Tencent, which I guess has a major stock in PUBG, being the publisher and everything and stuff like that, and they have a lot of other different ties, you know, to Activision with the COD Online servers that's only in China and everything, and like overall they are a very massive deal in China here. And what they're doing now is that they are working alongside Bluehole to create a PUBG smartphone mobile version to be first released in China and then probably going on to other markets, because like really PUBG is huge, and so I assume that it'll be coming to the US, the, you know, Europe, everything and stuff like that. And so I assume that it'll be coming to those markets in, you know, a few months or years time after they release in China and everything. And they have yet to release any sort of release date or any information about the actual game. But how I see this turning out, right, is I see this turning out in similar terms of, like, you know, Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp, and Mario Run, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like these are two established franchises on other consoles that are coming to mobile, you know, into the mobile segs, right? And so, you know, with Mario Run, it did okay, like it did numbers, but it didn't blow away the, you know, industry at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, as opposed to, you know, the monstrosity that was Pokemon Go. Obviously Pokemon Go is a little bit more on the, you know, kind of backside. A lot of people still play it, but still kind of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, not many people are really too hot about, you know, the actual Pokemon Go game. But here currently right now we have Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. That's a great you know, kind of just example of this happening here, where we have an established franchise going to a mobile standpoint and everything. But you know, I feel like I don't know if this would work, right? Like, so try to imagine, you know, PUBG, right? PUBG being a, you know, PC game. It's meant to be played on a keyboard and a mouse and everything. It's supposed to be very competitive, very tense, and it's also a game that requires a lot of time and a lot of attention to really be good at. You know what I'm saying? Not that you can't, you know, get that on a mobile standpoint here, but you know, there's just a different experience when you're playing a game that is meant to be played, you know, sit down on a stationary setup with the Ethernet cord plugged into your console or your PC and everything and stuff like that. And you know, it is just a very serious thing, and you know, to try and take that to the mobile market, I just don't feel like it would translate well. Like, maybe if they can, you know, make it where it's only like not 100 players, obviously, because that would be a hell to try and run that on like a network on the mobile standpoint. But like, maybe, you know, they have like 10 or 20 players and it's like a smaller map, maybe, I guess. But like, even when you look at shooters on, you know, smartphones, it's never good. Like, really, it's never good. You know, like, there are the good ones that, oh yeah, like, but you know, they're kind of good. Like, you know, like, there are ones that do it, you know, that aren't atrocious, but they're still not the preferable way to control an FPS, or, you know, a third person at that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how this will turn out, honestly. I'm a little skeptical here. I mean, like, of course I'm going to try it when it comes out, and of course when it comes out to the mobile, you know, US market and everything like that, and like in Europe, of course I'm going to try it, but I just don't see this working. I don't see it, you know, lighting the world on fire, honestly, just because it's so weird to be able to play PUBG, you know, on a mobile smartphone. Like, just that concept just seems super odd to me, super weird. Who knows, maybe it'll work, maybe it'll be like some massive success like Pokemon Go. For like a month we are all playing it and everything, stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, and of course this is mainly for the Chinese market here, so I mean, at least at first, but of course it'll, you know, I assume translate to other markets once it gets a lot of ground, once it gets a lot of support and everything, once it gets a lot of, you know, just good reception overall. I feel like then it'll go over to other markets. But I feel like for right now, you know, maybe it might be good. Maybe, we'll see. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my time here on this video. Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think about Ascent Infinite Realm? Is it a cool thing that you want to see? Are you excited for this steampunk meets, you know, treasure planet, MMO type of thing from the guys at PUBG, at Bluehole and everything? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, let me know if you are down to play PUBG on mobile. Like, do you think that like this will be a huge thing that you'll be into? Do you think you'll enjoy it, everything, stuff like that? Let me know down in the comments below. And make sure while you are down there to check out my description. You can find my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, where you can all follow me on there. And make sure also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share down below. I appreciate all the feedback and support you guys give me. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.